All right, good morning, everybody, or good evening, depending on where you are. But welcome to another Dak Wiggin video. So, I just watched Cubsfan Han, and I gotta say, I loved it. So I figured that sometimes imitation is the best form of flattery. So I'm gonna do my own video in Cubs style. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying, I love you, Cubs. I watch your show with Heinze every week. You're definitely a staple. No one would disagree with that in the industry. So anything that I say is not a shot at you at all. In fact, it's a compliment to you giving us your real feelings on the video. I'm going to give a couple of my real video feelings too. And I hope you guys share this with your guildies. Someone pass it on to Cubs so he can give me a little ribbing as a tiny little streamer on the Mount Everest topped by Cubs. So on my stream yesterday as well on Twitch, one of the big things was it popped out right in the middle while we're doing our GAC, and it ruined our speed run because we ran out of time, which was great because, wow, what a road ahead, right? Like, so much information. And so there's just a couple things that I mentioned in my stream with everybody that I kind of wanted to touch base in this video reaction because Cubs has said what a lot of the stuff is saying everywhere, and I'm sure all your guys' discords have completely exploded. People's brains are exploding. Oh my God, what's going on with the game? It's over, it's ruined. Let me just say this. Cubs said at the end of his video, and I can't agree with this more, that the reality is they're taking a look at the long-term balance of the game. So keep that in mind. I've played many games. I'm not a totally old guy, but I'm old enough to have been around many MMOs and other games that have lasted a long time. Those that balance survive. Those that don't, they're gone. They're really making a good long-term look at the future and the health of this game. And tanks and defense is awful. The defense stat is a waste. There's no need for it. They're bringing that back. So that's going to take a lot of relearning from everybody, and that's going to be difficult, and it may be a little bit of frustrating. The other big thing is that nowhere did I get the feeling that this is the end of counters to GLs. Were they upset with them? Yeah. Does this mean you're going to be able to one-shot a GL with a non-GL team for 60 banners? Hopefully not. Realistically, that's not right. If you put a GL on defense and you're facing a non-GL, from a balance standpoint, maybe it should take you 2 teams to get through that. Maybe it should take you 1 team and only get 40 or 50 banners. But it shouldn't be as easy as it is now. And I think that that's really important, that they're looking at how to balance that, especially with the defense penetration and putting your defense stats back in the viability of tanks. Because being able to run a team with a good tank on it, and being able to have that composition of a full squad, tank, healer, support, attack, all that stuff is really important to the game long term. And also, I think from their ability to make squads coming up so that they can make 4-person squads that work. They can make 3-person squads that work. They can make double tank teams that are really hard to kill. They can do a lot of things that are sort of missing from the game right now that I think will make it more fun overall. And I think, most importantly, they want to be able to have defensive holds in GAC. I think they're really worried about not being able to have defense play a part in GAC. Yes, we set tough defenses to stop or to slow down banners, and there's nothing like getting the feel of a defensive hold in a GAC. But right now, with the state of GLs, putting a GL down doesn't mean you're going to get a defensive hold, right? It doesn't. It's kind of like, I mean, at least in my division, in Division 4 and Division 3, everybody just puts GLs on offense. The rare person puts it on defense because it just gets countered one shot for 60 banners or for really high banners, when it's better to put in a non-GL team on defense and try and snipe some banners, in all honesty. So I don't think that the sky is falling here. I love the passion from Cubs and everybody that I've reached out to, that I've heard from, the reactions on all the discords and everything everywhere. People are totally losing their minds. This is not lose your mind stuff. This is game balance, and it's good. And as Cubs said, and everybody else that I've talked to has said, we really need to wait and see. I don't think it's the end of GL dominance. I don't think it's the end of GL getting spanked, though. I think it's balance for GLs. Because realistically, a GL should be hard to beat. Not easy to beat with a short team or an easy counter. It should be tough. If you're facing a GL, it should be tough. I've faced when I have more. I've faced when I have less. We all have, probably. And it should be difficult. It should be a challenge. That's part of what makes this game so great, is the fact that there's a lot of thinking if you really want to play to a high level in GAC. And also, we'll see what it does for the PvE content, because ignoring defense has been an overpowered ability. And it's also deleted some of the ability and the viability of having tanks in the game. Tanks in all other MMOs and other grand trio based games where you have a tank, a healer, and an attacker is really an important part. In this game, not so much. So I'm really looking forward to what they're doing. I love the passion from everybody out there, and I'm really excited for the future of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. The only complaint that I would have from that road ahead is the gear crunch. It's real. I'm worried about new player base. I'm worried about mid-level players, right? And even for the whales out there, man, some of that stuff is it's beyond a crunch. So I would like to see them lighten up the load from gear 11. You can make gear 12 a grind, make gear 13 a grind. The relics are definitely going to be a grind. Right now, getting the relic 8 mats, if you're in a great guild clearing Sea Pit and you're doing your galactic conquest, that's pretty awesome. You're picking up half of the mats. The other half of the mats you still either have to buy or grind out, which is getting in the way of grinding out someone else, maybe to get to gear 11 or something like that. So my request to CG and to anybody else would be, let's ease up the gear restrictions up through maybe like 11 or up to 12. Make it hard there, but really back that off. I like the way that we're going. I like the continued for the relic stuff in terms of, I'm not scared of relic 9. I'm intimidated by it, but I think overall it's going to be a really good thing. So we'll see where they go with this, and we'll see what's going to happen. But I'm very excited about it, and I just want to say, guys, keep your calm. Don't lose your cool. We're going to get there, and it's going to be okay. So from my land-based X-Wing, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. Catch me over on Twitch, where I stream, twitch.tv/DakWiggin. Please give a thumbs up to the video. And if you liked it, or if you don't like it, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm on that road to 1,000 subscribers, so I'd love to have your subscription. I appreciate it. And go Cubs. Love you, bud.